Good morning.
Morning.
Is everybody here? Wait for a while. Wait for a while, yeah. There are some of you not here yet. From Nepal. What else? And then other. We wait for a while. I will start in 5 minutes time. Okay. Okay. I think we can start. Can we start? Is everybody okay? Right. I will start recording now. Okay, so good morning everyone. So for today's session, practical, I will be explaining to you your practical assignment for this course. You and then we will look at it thoroughly, means in detail. We will discuss it in details, and then after that we will do some part of practical one. Okay, maybe we will not have much time, enough time to cover all practical one. We try because I would prefer to um, I would prefer you to do it together with me so that when I type the script, you also type the script at your own machine. Okay, but I know all our machines are different. So maybe some machine are slow, some machine is okay. So I need to take that into consideration as well. So I want everyone just uh, to follow the practical smoothly. Hopefully, we try first. We try that way first today. You follow means I show you how to do it. I show what script to type, and then you follow using your machine. Okay, but before we um, continue, may I know everyone already install install the install the software Oracle, the Express Edition. Has everyone installed? You can use the raise hand button. Who else? How about Solomon already? Okay. So maybe I will give you some time later on to for those who have not installed yet. So you try to install. Okay, maybe you will have issues depending on your machine performance. So we'll see how it goes later. Okay, because we will still be recording the session, right? So you can try on your own later on also, right? So thank you for your feedback. Okay, so I think we can start now discussing the assignment. Okay, so I believe everyone has gone through the assignment document in the Google Drive, or it's also available in Google Classroom. Hold on, give me a sec. Okay, so this is the instruction for your assignment for BSCS 3183, the Advanced Database Management. So the overview of the assignment, you should be doing this in teams of 4, but because our class size is small, so I would it will be better if only 3 people in one group. Okay, so it will actually also help you to have like to communicate better with your members. Okay, so you are required to design and develop a database system based on business scenario that you choose, that you pick, using Oracle DBMS with PLSQL. Okay, so but for this particular assignment, we will be using PLSQL. Okay, so PLSQL is another additional, I would say, an additional language that is available in Oracle. So for today, for the earlier practical, we will not be looking at PLSQL. For today, we'll look at the traditional SQL commands. All right. So the learning outcomes for this assignment is for the students to develop the relational database system, okay, with with applying the integrity constraint and also the security control. All right. So the next one will be to design solution to issues pertaining to the database efficiency and effectiveness using appropriate techniques. And then the last part will be extracting information using SQL query construct. So this one for extracting information, each student will have their own part. So because this is like assignment, a group assignment, right? So you have to communicate with your friend on how you want to share the same database. Okay, so meaning to say everyone need to have the same database with your friends. So the submission here is set at week 11, 1st April of 2022 on Tuesday by 10 p.m. Okay, so this is for the full report. Okay, the full report of your assignment. So there will be a presentation session. So during this time, we should be face to face ready. So this one might be done at the campus. So the presentation it will be 11 to week 14. Okay, so we will see how it goes. Okay, but for now this is the plan, but the submission is week 11 lah. Okay, so if we like have any problem like machine problem at the lab and so on, um I'll see what we can do. Okay, and then that submission as usual. So that submission, this one is referring to the final submission. Okay, this one is deadline of submission for the final submission. Okay, you will have some weeks that you need to submit some part of your report of your assignment. Okay, we will look at the the thing that you need to submit certain week. Okay, but this one I will only apply this late submission to the final submission, your final report. Okay, so there are parts that you need to do weekly. So this one, the late submission only applies to the final submission of your assignment. Okay, so here's this problem statement for this assignment. So what you will need to do is to design relational database system. So relational database system, we will only discuss this in lecture in week 4 or week 5, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry, chapter 4 or chapter 5. So you will need to start your own research from now. Okay. There are a lot of information regarding relational database system. You can also refer to the ebook. You can also refer to Oracle website. Okay. Mm, so this is the main language that we will be using for this assignment, which is PLSQL. So I will provide to you some reference, some information about PLSQL. I already give you in the assignment, under assignment topic in your Google Classroom. Okay, so I've given you the overview of PLSQL, also the stored procedures, and also triggers. Okay, so basically these are the things that the most important thing that you need to present in your assignment. Okay, so these are the topics. So you all have already picked the topic. So group 1, we have transportation service bus for Noel, Kelvin, and Farah will be doing the transportation service. And then we have group 2, pet clinic, Wong Nyap Hao, Jeremiah, and Nathan, pet clinic. And then group 3 is car rental, Lim, Ivan, and Celine. And then group 4 is pet shop, Daniel, Sharp, and Elvin, and group 5, Solomon, Russell, and Ian library. Okay, so those ngam kan? Is it correct? Correct, ah? So your grouping I already put in the assignment instruction also for me to refer. Okay, so that one is the one that you submitted yesterday. Thank you so much for your prompt feedback for the forming of group and picking up the topic. Okay, so you have already choose a different topic. So this one already done. So these are the tasks that you will need to do. So there are several tasks here, and also there's what are the tasks that you need to do, and also the deadline. Okay. So the first thing that you will need to submit is in week 5. This one is during our should be our face-to-face session already lah. Okay, so you will need to create, or you will need to submit the complete data model ERD. Okay, so entity relationship data model in third normal form, right? So have you all have learned about this previously in other subject, maybe about the normalization of database? Anyone? Okay, so it should be familiar to you, right? So that's good. So it should be familiar. So in week 5, you need to submit this one. Okay. It must be the normalization form. For our lecture, we will only cover it in chapter 5. According to our course plan, we will only cover this topic in week 8. Okay, so that's why I mentioned earlier, you need to already start doing your own research or do your own revision for you to for you to submit this ER model in week 5. Okay, so the bold font here, you need to take note on this. So all assumptions and business rule must be clearly written and presented. Okay, so you need to explain the business rule for your database. Okay, and then also your primary keys, foreign keys, relationships, and attributes must be clearly shown. Okay, so for the software that you will need to use for this one, I don't there's no like specific software that we need to use. So you can use what you have, or you can use any software as long as you can produce this ERD model. Okay, so you can use any software um, to produce these things, so that you must show all the required information. Okay, the primary keys, foreign keys, relationship, and attributes. Okay, so this one you can treat this as a draft for your full report. So week 5, I assume I will look forward to see your submission for the ERD. You can just submit in Google Docs. Okay, so I will open up a submission for all these tasks in assignment. Okay, in Google Classroom. Okay, so you can submit from there. And then, do you have any question for task one? Any question?
No.
Okay, so I assume everyone understand, yeah? So this one is very straightforward now. So you just need to understand the business rules and create the ERD model. Okay, and also take note on this one, yeah, must be third normal form. All right, so task number 2, you need to prepare the DDL, data definition language statements, to implement tables and for the system using Oracle database system. Okay, so you must include the following in your DDL statements. You need to include the integrity constraint to ensure the database integrity for each table. Okay, each table, and then check constraint and default values to enforce the show. I think it's on your database. Maybe your database. I'm not sure what's the word here. Okay, so you need to check the constraint and the default values in your database. Okay, so this one is you need to submit in week 7. Okay, also you need to submit in Google Doc format. If you need to take screenshot, you just do screenshot and submit in Google Docs in week 7, the DTL. All right, so number 3. Okay, so number 3 is for data records. Okay, data records. You will need to submit your data records. So um, take note on your transaction tables. You should have more records in your transaction table than your best table. Okay, so let's say for example, the best table is your customers. Okay, so if there are 10 customers in your database, then this is the best table. So you in the transaction table, you should have average of two order per customer per year with average of 2 items per order. Okay, so depending on your business, depending on your topic, depending on the topic that you have selected, you must have an average of, if there is 10 data, 10 customer in your best table, you need to have 2 order per customer and also 2 items per order. Okay, so this one is the order is for per year. Right, so let's say your customer table is the best table, which is the best table is 10. There are 10 records, so your transaction table, order table and order details, you must have 20 records per year. Okay, and then the order details, you should have 40 records per year. Means two order, so each order has 2 items, so you should have 40 records for this particular table. Okay, so make sure you take this into consideration when you are creating, when you are inserting your data records. All right, and then you also need to create sample data that has different date, month, year, in order for you to simulate a real world environment. Okay, so don't like don't make it like just macam like a sample that is not like not logic. You try to make it to simulate a real world environment. Okay, so the submission for this is in week 7 as well, so together with your DTL. Yeah, so task 2 and 3 is the submission will be in week 7. Okay, any question for this part so far? Still thinking of what to ask. Okay, so if you have, okay, thank you, Noel. So if you have any question later on, you can always come back to me and ask. Okay. So task number 4, all should be submitted in week 11. So these are the final tasks that you need to do. 7, 8. So there are 8 more tasks to do. Okay, so let's look at task 4. Okay, task 4 for you to produce queries to extract relevant information for decision making. So single table queries are not allowed. Okay, so you must take note on this. You need to make use of the multiple tables that you have and aggregate the functions where necessary. Okay, so views also need to be incorporated where appropriate. Okay, so views and table queries like any query. So you need to also incorporate view query in your um, query or for this part, for this task. Okay, so so here come the part where this is where the individual task comes. So each student, you will need to produce at least 3 queries. Okay, 3 queries means different, should be different than what your other members want to query for your database. So the query produced by the team must address the informational needs of management at 3 levels. Okay, 3 different levels. So we have discussed these levels during our lecture. So three queries, right? So one from strategic, one for tactical, one for operational. Okay. So you have three members in your group, so you should have nine queries. Okay, nine queries. So three strategic, three tactical, three operational, right? So this one is very straightforward. So that's why make sure you have enough data to query during this for this task. And then number five. So number five is a stored procedure. So you need to design and create stored procedure using PL/SQL. You can just uh, like create any case scenario of your system. Like you just give an example of any case scenario that can happen when there is a query towards your database system. Okay, so here also individual. So each student you will need to produce at least two storage procedure. Um, so per group, you should have six stored procedures. Okay, so the procedures can be used for data manipulation, like you can add, update, delete, or do validation, etc. Okay, so you can do this. You need to have like a larger number of data for you to do this. Okay, so that's why you need to have sufficient record in your database. So this is stored procedures, and then number six is triggers. So for stored procedures and triggers, we'll also cover this in lecture, but it will be at the time. So you need to already. I already put some information about these two in the under assignment topic in Google Classroom, so you can look into that. So for task number six, design and create triggers that will enforce system-wide boost business rules and policies. Okay, so your triggers will be referring to your business rules and policies. So each student, okay, each one of you is to produce at least two triggers. Okay, so there should be six triggers per group. Okay. So that is for stored procedures and create triggers. And then task number seven, you will need to write procedures to generate reports for the organization. Okay, so you will need to include summary, detail, and also on-demand basis report. Okay, so this on-demand basis report, this is a report that will be generated when it is called by the user, the parameter values that might be passed in during the call. Okay, so this one is also individual task. So each student you will need to produce at least one summary, one detail on and one on demand report. So this one you will be using cursor. Okay, so we will also discuss cursor in our lecture. But you, of course, you need to do research, do your own research, your initial research for what is the how to use this cursor. Okay, so this is number seven. So number eight, you also need to incorporate sequences, views, indexes, functions, user defined exceptions, and or internally defined exception. You can also include formatting of outputs and etc. Right, so up to you what you have to add in into your report. Okay, so task 9 is your presentation and participation. So you will need, for this one, you will need to run the script from task 2 and 3 to create the system database. Okay, so because this one you will use your own system, your own laptop, maybe you will need to create like uh, you will need to ready scripts that related to your assignment for presentation purpose. Okay, so you will show the script on task 2 and task 3, DDL, and also the data records. And then task 4 to 8, Okay, so all the things here under task 4 and 8, the queries, the stored procedures, the triggers, and also the report. Okay, so you will need to do demonstration and explanation for task 4 to 8. So there will be Q&A session as well. Active participation in course discussion means during the presentation, there should be active participation from all the students. Okay, so this one is scheduled to be held between week 11 to week 14. Okay, so those are the tasks that you need to do for this course, for the assignment. So let's look at the assessment. Okay, assessment. So for assessment, higher marks will be awarded for work that link up all the requested parts. So means you follow every task, you successfully do all the tasks, and every student must be involved in every part of the assignment, especially when producing the SQL statements, the procedures, the stored procedures, the trigger, the report, and the presentation. So for individual marks, it will be awarded for task 4 until 9. Okay, so task 4 to 9 is individual task, individual marks. Okay, so these are the tasks that show the allocation of marks for this assignment. So you have 9 tasks, right? Okay, nine tasks. So make sure you do a discussion to prevent overlapping work from being produced. So like I mentioned just now, for your procedures, your triggers, your report, it must be not the same with your team members. So that's why you need to have a teamwork. You do discussion between among yourselves on what procedure student A will do, what procedure student B will do, and so on. So make sure it's not overlap with your group members. Okay. So the percentage allocation for each task. So ERD will be 10%. The DDL will be 10%. Data records 5%. Queries 15%. Stored procedures 10%. Triggers also 10%. Report will be 15%. So extra effort 10%. Presentation and participation 15%. This one should be 100%. Yeah, so this one I cannot edit this because I received this in PDF format as well. So this one should be 100%. Yeah, so this column here is just showing you which CLO it's referring to. Okay, so I will refer to the assessment rubrics after this. So what you should hand in for this assignment. So these are the items that you will be uh, submitting for each team. So you will need to include your report with cover page as usual, and also the coursework declaration. And this one we will look at this after this. This one also included in the folder in your Google Drive. So a soft copy of final group report. Okay, final group report is referring to the task number 1 until 8. Okay, the output, the stored procedures, the triggers, and the report. So explanation, if there is a need for explanation for the output, you can also include in your report. Okay, so we will look at this submission template after this. Okay, so the assignment submission template actually already give you the header, the header, what you can include in your report. Okay, so plagiarism as usual. Your work must be original. Okay, comply with the rules and regulation for but that is assigned by TAUC. Okay, so estimated time. So for this assignment, you should be spending 18 hours per team member. Okay, throughout the semester. Okay, the plagiarism. Okay, so that's it for assignment. So do you have any question before we proceed to the rubric for this assignment instruction? I think all is clear what you need to do. Is everyone clear for now? Okay, that's good. Okay, so let me just show you. Let's look at the template dulu lah. Assignment template. Okay, assignment submission template. Moduna assignment submission form. Assignment submission form. So we look at the this one first lah. Assignment submission template. Okay. So this is the front page. Okay, front page as usual. You put in your logo, the faculty, your academic year, the course code, course name, your program, your tutorial group, that that submission. Okay, you should put in 1st April of 2022. Team members, okay, as usual, and then declaration of plagiarism. So this one, your signature, student signature, and your name and the date. Okay, so these are the table of content already given to you. This is like the template. Okay, not necessarily exactly the same like this. This is your guideline. Okay, so maybe this one, because this one like maybe got ticket and so on. This one I think is referring to ticketing, bus ticketing, I guess. Okay, so this is the template. So you can, there should be chapter 4, 5. This one jumbled up already. So here also got chapter 4. Okay, so up to you how you want to do this. This one is just guideline for you. So it's not necessarily exactly look like this, but you can follow if it's you can follow it exactly like this. But of course, depending on your topic as well. Okay, so you can in chapter 1 you can just give the some brief background of your system, your ERD, the assumptions and business rules, your DDL, and then this is task 4 actually, the queries, the procedures, the triggers and reports. So you just follow similar to this. Okay, so this one is 4.1, who is, what is the name of the student presenting. So what is this student's query? There should be 3, right? Procedure should be 2, trigger should be 3, report should be 3. Okay, so that's why you cannot have the same output with your team members. Okay, name of second student presenting, and 4.3 should be the third student. Okay, and then extra effort highlights, you can, this one will look at what you can include in this part. Okay, for each sequence view indexes function, we look at this in the rubric. That is what you can include. And then for this one, for the extra effort, you can also include this. Okay. So this is how you can show your output. The purpose of this query is to what explain a little bit now. What do you want to do with the query that you want to do? Okay, so you must use Courier new font for statement printout. If you don't use a screenshot, you want to type in, you can just copy paste. Actually, you can just copy paste from your um, query. You can just copy paste into this report. Okay, so up to you. So you can have the SQL statement, the query, and the sample output should be screenshot of your query. Okay. Just similar goes to trigger, so you can have you can follow this. So you don't need to show sample output if the trigger is insert, update, or delete data. So take note take note on this one. So if there is output, you can include here. If there's no output, you don't have to include. Yeah, yeah, with the report. So yeah, that's the template. So this one should really help you to structure your report. So it's very straightforward. Really, you just need to fill in. All right. So I hope you have view already what you need to do for the assignment. So I hope everything is clear. So now let's look at the where is it? Mm, rubric. Yeah, rubric. So it's in Excel file. I'll just give you what the CC asked us to give. Okay, so I know there are many sheets here. So this one is maybe for the lecturer punya lah. Okay, but you can just refer. Um, it's all the same lah. All the sheets is actually giving you the same thing. Okay, this is for is I think this one is used for the tutors or the lecturer for marking. Okay, so let's look at the task and the criteria that what will be examine for your task. Okay, so for the first one, the task ERD, you need to have a complete ERD model in third normal form. So all primary keys, your foreign keys, or your relationships and attributes must be clearly shown, right? So the allocation of mark will be 10. Let me use this one now. Okay, so they will be rating here two 2 marks, 4 marks, 6 marks, 8 marks, or 10 marks. So depending on how you present your ERT, I will refer to this writing here. Okay, and then in the next task, Alana. Sorry. Okay, ZAS2 is DDL. So what you need to include here, relevant integrity constraint, enforce business rule. Okay, so this one also you need to include. So the marks will be 10. Data records, sufficient quality data records must be created for each table. Okay, so there's no limitation on how many you need to insert. So up to you, as long as it will not give you trouble to do the query later on. Okay, and also you need to comply with the required required items that is stated in the assignment instruction just now. Okay, so uh, the base table and also the transaction table. So transaction table should have more records. Okay, and then queries. So this one actually all referring to the assignment instruction just now. So these are just to show you how what marks I can award to you. Okay. Mm, stored procedures 10 marks, so you can get 2 4 6 8 10. So this one, remember, this one is um, individual. Okay, individual task. Okay, so reports. Okay, reports, and then indexes. Sorry, the extra of effort. So what you can include in the extra effort highlights. So this one is 10 marks, quite big. So I if you want high mark for the assignment, you need to do this. You need to fulfill this. So maybe you want to do indexes. You want to include function view, and then you can show the usefulness and application of each of this query here for the system. Okay, linking tasks of every team member in creating quality information system is considered. So if you do all this, you will be given mark for extra effort according to this rubric here. Okay, presentation, run script, individual presentation. This one should be task 4 to 8. Okay, this one should be for task 4 to 8. So 15%. So that's all for assignment briefing. So do you have any questions so far?
So far, no question for me.
Okay, all right, thank you. So right now you can already start to do your initial research on what you want, how you want to do this assignment. Okay. Let me just show you some the information that I share in the assignment. Sekejap ah. Okay, so here under assignment, I put up the assignment instruction. So I already update this assignment instruction. I include all the names in your title. Okay, and then these are the things that we have looked through just now. So this is in Word file, so you can use this template to start to report your outcome of this assignment. And then I also give you the references of PLSQL. So these are the documents that is useful for you to get familiar with PLSQL, the stored procedures, and the triggers. Okay, so these are the three items I shared to you for this assignment. Okay, so you can already start doing your initial research on this PLSQL. Okay, so before we proceed to practical side, I give you 5 minutes break. Okay, before we proceed to the practical session today. Right, I'll get back to you after 5 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, everyone, can we continue to our first practical? Is everybody here? The rest? Okay, thank you. Okay, so this practical you can access through your Google Drive, and Google Classroom also got. Uh, Hold on now, let me just show you the. I have updated the Google Drive under practical. Japa. Let me just show you because there's new thing inside there. Mm, okay. So here, this is, can see it again. Okay. So this is the Google Drive that I shared to you. This one is basically the Google Drive folder in your Google Classroom. Okay. So under practical here, so there are two folders. Yeah, so every the notes and question is under this question, in this folder, sorry. The notes and also the question is here, and also some notes. Okay. This one, the other folder, practical student. This is the folder where you can access the, I would say it's source file. Okay, source file for you to do your practical. Okay. Um, so for this week, actually, I already put in. For this week, I already put in this one. All this I already put in the here previously in here. It's this one. Sorry, am I too fast? Sorry. Our practical one are the source file is inside the notes. Okay, but it's also available in the other folder. Just basically just to let you know, the question is from this folder, and the source file, okay, source file or the scripts are in this folder for each practical week or each practical that we have. Okay. So for today, if hopefully we have enough time, I don't want to like go too fast. I want to take it slowly for now so that you can follow. Okay. So let's go back to the PDF file. This one is the question or the notes for your practical one. So this is practical one, BSc 183 Advanced Database Management. So just some information for you lah. This is to for you to set your right mindset to before you come into your practical class. Okay, so this is an active learning class. Of course, online is challenging for this one. So if we already um, go to the campus, this one should be this one we can achieve lah. Active learning means you can ask question, you can do the do your practical at your computer, and we can have like face-to-face consultation. Okay, so I would prefer for you to read um, all the information, okay, all the information regarding our practical. Also slide, actually is also lecture. You need to read and if possible complete the exercises before you come to each class. Okay, so that you like during the class you can ask if you have a problem. Okay, so these are, I strongly encourage you to prepare before the practical session. Okay. So purpose of practical class, why do we need to have this? So this practical class is for you to, for us to practice and apply the theoretical learning from lectures. So basically our our lecture is actually like it's general, But for our practical, we will be using Oracle DBMS. Okay, so to be exact, the free version of Oracle Express Edition. Okay, and then SQL, product implementation of SQL compared to NC SQL, and to implement physical model of database. Okay, so we look at the FDRDML model. So for the practical, so this one is not updated. Again, this one is not from me. I don't have the Word file to edit this. So this is from previous semester, I presume. So the current version would be 21. Okay, 21C. This one is optional Oracle developer. So when you actually download the 21C Express Edition, you will also get the SQL Plus. Okay, SQL Plus is the client for you to access this service. Okay, for you to access the database. So we will be using SQL Plus for this practical session. And then there are several Oracle user guide manuals. I already show it to you. I already give you the links, the updated link in Google Classroom. Already show you during lecture. So about SQL Plus, SQL, PLSQL, right, and also these other relevant books. So there are a lot of information about SQL on the net. You can refer to Oracle website, or if you prefer, you can also refer to other website. Usually, sometimes you might prefer to read from other website which is more understandable to you. Maybe Oracle website is too many information. Up to you, whichever you feel comfortable, as long as you get the answer you are looking for. Okay, and then let's go to the next one. Okay, so getting familiar with SQL Plus. Okay, so for today we will try to do some commands. Okay, so we will have enough time. So we look at some of the commands of SQL Plus. So SQL Plus is the client for us to access the database. View structure of table, we'll work with Tablespace, edit SQL statement, save and run scripts. Okay, so here are the categories of SQL statements. We have DDL. These are the examples: create, alter, drop, and then data query language, select. We also have DML, insert, update, delete, and then DCL, revoke, alter, and transaction control, commit, and rollback. Okay, so these are the normal or the general SQL statement categories that we have. Okay, so now your task. So this one, I believe everyone already did, right? So if you have not done this yet, please refer to our Google Classroom for the latest link, for the latest database, for the latest version of this. This one was previously. Now is 21C. Okay, so Oracle Database Express Edition 21C. Make sure you install the correct one. If you have problem installing, please let me know. Okay. Um, you can also opt to install this in a virtual machine. Okay. If you want to explore more, I just give you like pilihan lah. Okay, I give you. You can install in your current machine, or you can use VirtualBox. Have you all heard of VirtualBox? VirtualBox is from Oracle as well. So you can use this. This is a virtual machine, so you can install Windows inside the VirtualBox, and you can also install Oracle inside there. So this one is useful if you want to just like to have another testing environment. Okay, so it's optional to you whichever you want to use. So this one is just my suggestion. Okay, so for I will also be using VirtualBox, but I haven't finished setting up it yet. Okay, so for today I will show you the one that I installed in my machine. Okay, so can everybody now open your SQL Plus? So we'll be doing this task, exploring Oracle Express 21C, create tablespace, and so on. Okay, can you all open your SQL Plus? So if already, you just if you already open, just raise your hand in this meet. Thank you. The rest, I hope you already have your SQL Plus, but if you still don't have it, it's okay. Okay, just uh, please try to install Encounter. Okay, Lim, take your time. Okay, so there will be recording also that you can do on your own. Okay, before we proceed, I actually have shared to you a video. Okay, a video on getting started. I believe you already seen it. Yeah, under references and additional materials, Oracle Database Express Edition. It's the just some
Hi
overview on
everyone,
how to
this
install
video
and
will
how to
help
get
you install.
started. Okay, so you can refer to the video later on if you have not done it yet. So let me open my we will be following all this lah. See how many we can do for today. Okay, so let me just share my SQL. So you should have something like this. Are we having? Do you have the same view as me? So this is SQL Plus. Can see ka? Same ah.
Hi.
Okay, so you should have this. So okay, so now try to log in. So if you want to log in, you use you are the basically who installed this the Oracle inside the your machine is the system database administrator. Okay, so you just enter the username / space as sysdba. So you log in as the system database administrator. Okay, so you should not be prompted to enter any password. If you do, you just press enter. Okay, because you are the system database administrator, right? So you don't have to key in any password. Okay, so you should be here now, SQL. Okay, so far so good. Can 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 connect. It can log in, right? Yeah, those who are still installing is okay. You just listen to that dulu lah. All right. Thank you, Ian. So now, hold on, give me a sec. You need to use this username as system as sysdba because you are this one is you want to log in as the system database administrator. You need to use this. Okay. Right. So exploring Oracle 21C. So now I want you to type this command to display the container of our database. Okay, it will show you which container you are connected to the database. Okay, so you type in show con underscore name. So you should get this. So you only have one connection. So make sure you put the semicolon. Okay, so we take it slowly today. Yeah, just some introduction. But may I ask, have you all used SQL Plus previously? Anyone have used this previously? No. Okay, so this is your first time here. Oh, I see. Oh, okay. So you might be like familiar of it lah, some of it. So the command usually according to the editions or the versions, it should be the same. Okay, and then we want to find out our Oracle database name. Okay, our database name. So you you type select space name space from, you select name from the $sign database semicolon. Is it big enough for you to see? Sorry. Sorry. Okay. Sorry, yeah. All right, so you should see your database name. It can be the same. It might not be the same depending on the machine. But now I have only one database, XE. Do you have the same?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. So that is the current database that we have. So now we want to display the state of our current instance. So instance is another term in database. So in Oracle database, we have instance whereby you can assume that this instance is the one that is um, working with the database at the back. Okay, at the instant is the one that is asking for information from the database. So now you try to type select instance underscore name and then comma version comma and then status from the $sign instance. Okay. If you instance, okay, semicolon. Okay, so you should get this. So this one, your instant name is XE, the version is 21, and the status is open. Okay. And then we want to see the connection, the container, sorry. So you can type select on ID, comma, name, comma, open mode. So this thing are already inside our database. We just want to see what are the information inside the total size from V to assign PDBS. Simple. Oh, forgot to put the dollar sign. So you should get this. Just to show you the con ID, you don't have any. This one just to give you for you to see the connection, the container ID, and also the name and so on. Okay, so this is how you query from the database. Okay, so just to show you that, just try lah. Got it. Nah. Okay, now we add. Sorry. So now we want to alter session. Okay, so we want to alter session. We want to set container to another name. Okay, so let's type in alter session. So this one, you don't have to worry if you don't understand what this, because later on this one is just to explore, not setting up anything. Set container, you want to set to XEPP. So XEPP DB1 semicolon. After session set container XEBDB1. So session output. It will give you feedback that this session already altered. And then let's look at the container name now. Again. So now the container name is now already set to XEPD1. So we alter the session just now. So because this one, the first time we do it, it's only this one. So we alter it. We now have the XEPD1 that we set. We alter the session. Okay, and then type in into query that is for our database V $sign PDBS semicolon. And so these are the things that we have under this. We have under this table here, this database. Okay, so now we want to call, we want to auto view the container. So now we want to set the column first, column name format. Okay, every time we want to query things, we need to set the view of it first. Okay, so we type in column name format. Okay, 30. Try this one first. And then column connection and container AD format. Let me try first. You can try it on your own also. This one can be done. So now we want to display it. Mm, okay, so the column name format. So if you notice here, we set it previously at 30. So this one is 30, the column format 30, ID here, and then the open mode and the total size. So this one is our current container name. Okay, so that's how you just to show you some of the commands that you can use to see what is inside your database. Okay, so is everyone okay? It's just just overview on just like exploring what we have in this database. So now you just copy this and copy somewhere else. You can also copy yours for your future reference and put in Notepad if you want. So now next we will be creating tablespace. Okay, creating tablespace. So creating tablespace. Tablespace is we want to create tablespace and users. Create tablespace. So we are now here. So we'll try to do this next. Create tablespace, create role, create user, grant system privilege, and automate work using scripts. Yeah. Okay, now let's see what we have in tablespace from this in this database. So you type in select tablespace underscore name from DBA table basis. Okay, so basically um, you are you want to select you want to see what is the name of the table space that we have from this particular table. And so you have this you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we have 6, so 6 rows selected. So yours should be until users. Am I correct? Yours you should only see this. Is it correct? Am I correct?
Hi.
Because the ADM I created previously. Okay, so now let's look at another. Yeah, you don't have ADM because that one I created previously. You should be only be seeing until users. Okay, so ADM I created previously. Yeah, okay. So now let's see what we have in our DBA data file. Select file name, blocks, table. Press enter, you will see all these all the file name that you have in the in the in from this DBA data file. Okay, so you should see for each one of the one that you saw from here. From this, so system, you have system, you have sysaux, and then the next one, them, and also ADM also is here. Okay, so this is just to show you where it's it's allocated. Okay, so your view with my view is will not be the same. If you're using Windows 11, you should see app and then your name of your system. Okay, and then where you install this 21C. Okay, so this one just to show you the file name, and then now another let's create another table space. Okay, hold on now. Okay, we will now create a table space. Okay, so for your part, because we should be creating ADM, so I will use you just follow the table space I want to create that. Okay, so now we want to create a table space, so you type in create big file, and then table space. The name is KES. Okay, KES. We want to create table space KES. Data file. Just follow what I type. Okay, and then see. This can run because I did this previously. It can be problem. Sorry. Size. So we want to create a new table space, which is KES. Right? Error. So you try do ADM because I also got this issue. Try create. You try already. Is it or yeah? Sorry. Thank you, Russell. Ora data bahkan what is my ora data? Yes, Russell. Yes, okay. You all okay? Of course not lakan if you follow me. It's Ora data. Yeah, ngam no rin ito. Cannot also. Don't use. Try use ADM your side because I already did previously, but I already tried previously the script can. So just create ADM, right? I don't know if mine can or not. Try dulu kamu. use ADM. Previously was okay. My error is ADM already exists. Yours should be okay. Check again your, what's your error? Okay. You can try copy paste. Yours Russell, okay ka? Who else got it? I already have the ADM, so I cannot show you. Okay. It should be no problem. Okay, hold on. So sometimes there will be issues because this one database, this Express edition is free, so they can be sometimes can have issue one. The rest, are you all okay? Ivan, okay ka? Okay. The path different. The path different. Which path? Yeah. Oh, okay. Ya kan? Let me check. I did not check my C. Maybe this one. Maybe the path. Hold on na. Thank you. Who was it? Kelvin. If the rest is okay, hold on na. Give me a sec. So you use what, Russell? You created Casca or user app, but like mine is I don't have actually my. Okay, hold on na. Let me check first. Hold on. I think I know already where. The path lah. My problem is the path. Got to check that one. XE. Give me a sec. Yeah. XE. XPDB. Got to check that one. Thank you for thinking. Hold on na. And then depending on what tablespace space you created, you should be using your own path. Okay. Okay, so if you cannot get this, you can try again. So you can check from your, okay, that's good, Alvin. So you can check from your C, or you find where is this database is installed. Okay, then tablespace created. So now we will be referring to this tablespace. Okay, KES. So now let's see. Let's view it. Okay, so let's type. Select tables page. This one from the previous one. You can actually access this command using the arrow button. Okay. Now you should have, your site should have 6. Yeah, I have 7 because ADM I created previously. And then let's look at the file name. Okay, so similar to the one that we did just now. Now to select this one. Select file name, blocks, tablespace name from DBA data files. Okay, so there should be another one created here. Okay, so that's for tablespace. So maybe we cover another one, creating a role. Creating a role. So we will do creating role and then we will done for today. Okay, is that okay with you? Another one, okay? So creating role. So we will be creating role and we will be granting the create session and then yeah, that's about it. So next week we continue with creating user and granting system privilege and the other one. So you can try on your own also. I will give you, maybe I will give you the after this I will give you the scripts, the command line, so you can do on your own. Okay, so I will show you the creating a role. Okay, so now type in, you want to type the role for our newly created tablespace. So this one depending on what you create. Yeah, if you create ADM, you can use ADM underscore role. Okay, so create role. So role created, and then we want to grant session. Resource. Do you have class after this? Right after this. The rest. Letter kan, petang, Noel, tiga. What three? No, I mean right after this class. Right after this class. So RSD1 don't have. Oh, okay. Thank you. Oh, I will check class later kan. So yang lain ada class after this. Create any index. Russell, you all got the class after this. Because maybe in the future, I'm afraid we will take more time on doing this practical to test role. Okay, that's good. So you can, I will provide you with the script later on and you try on your own, okay? Yang the rest. Where is it? Where are we already? Grant session, create a grant create session, resource, create an index, create view to KES role. So first we create the table space and then we create the role and then we want to grant all this to the new role we created. Okay, so grant succeeded. Okay, so you should have this also. So now let's select. I'm not sure this one can do. Try to. Want to see for this test role from role. Sorry. Underscore role. Actually, this one can need to do the yang the raw this one. Which one will do? Okay, nah. This one you need to do this one. You need to do this one. Okay, before you can show the row. Okay, you can try on your own later on. Because I have class after this, so I need to ready my class after this. So that's it for, I think that's it for the creating role until creating role, and we cover today. So I will provide you with the scripts, with the command line later. I will share to you in Google Classroom. So you try on your own for creating user. So automate work using script. So automate work using script is basically for you to use the .txt file, and you run into you create your table, or you create your database using scripts. Using table .txt file. Basically, hold on now. What is it already? You will create user, and then you just your scripts you need to put in C. Okay, you need to put it in C, and then you will be automating the scripts. It's okay. Later I say to you the command line, you try on your own. Can you do that? I say to you the scripts. Okay. Hold on, give me a sec. Let me try first. So make sure you download all the, before you can do the automated script, you need to download. Let me show you which one you need to download. Okay. Go to your Google Drive, and then you need to download the scripts. Okay, it's actually the source file. You need to download this one. Practical. I put it under here. This one. You need to download all this. Okay, download all this, and you put in your C drive. Okay, put in your C drive for you to try the automate script. Make sure you put in C drive. So basically what you will do, you can open. Okay, so what you will do is actually you will be using a command whereby you will run this script. Yeah, you can see. Okay, you will run this script automatically to create all this table inside your database. I will give you the command line after this. So what you need to do is actually when you run this one, right, it will actually refer back to all these text. If you open the text, right, so many data here, so you don't want to type this one by one, so you want to automate this. Okay, so you will be using only the first one, this particular .sql. You run this in your Sql Plus. Okay, so let me just prepare you the command line for this, and I will share to you shortly. So meanwhile, you can try to you download first the script. Try see if you can download, if you can view the file. I share to you. Okay, so you try this script, but make sure you already downloaded all this. Okay, all this file, and then try to run the file. So how you run the file? So try to figure out how to um, run the script. So you run the script should be using this one. Create db. This one should be this one. The create db.sql. Create db.sql and name of db. You put in your name of the db that you created just now. The try the try first. You try first do this, okay? And see how it goes. I want you to explore on your own. I don't want to give everything to you. Okay, ini you try to explore this first. So make sure the one that I highlight right, the one that I highlight, the one that I highlight, okay, the one that I highlight is referring to which one you created just now, the role. Okay, if it's KES, you use KES here. Okay. So I think that's all for today. I need to ready my class for after this. So thank you so much everyone for your attendance. I hope you understand about the assignment and you are familiar. At least you have a overview on how SQL works. Okay, so you try this first, and you can also try the exercise as well if you want. Try the exercise, and I'll see you again next week during our lecture session. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, Miss. Thank you.